about deforestation today. We're going to do a little project to kind of show you guys what exactly deforestation is and why it is so important. So before we start our project, I want you guys to all write down in your notebooks what is the amount of trees you think we are going to have to cut down before we see an impact in the community. So in our project today, we've got these blocks representing our trees. Our cardboard right here is representing our little environment. We have our big Tonka trucks that are taking the trees away. So we're going to use 3 water bottles. We're going to do 3 trials. We're going to pour 1 water bottle down with all of these trees on here and see what happens to the water as we pour it down, whether a lot of water runs off all at once, if a lot of water is kept maybe up at the top, or if it just runs down really fast. Then we're going to do a second try. We're going to take half of the trees off, run water down again, and see, same thing, what happens to the water, how much water goes down, how much water was stopped by the trees. And then we're going to take all the trees off a third time and pour water down and see what the water effect does that time. So our first time, we are going to see how the water pours. So as we are pouring the water, you guys can see a lot of water is stopping at the blocks. Some of it is being absorbed by the tape underneath the blocks, which kind of represents the roots. So as you guys can see, a lot of water is still actively running off, so it's not coming down very slow. This is showing that in real life, these blocks, these trees, this tape, these soil, a lot of this would absorb a lot of this water up here, so not all of the water would go down here and get absorbed. So, second time around, we're going to take some of these blocks, and this would be us cutting down some trees. So it's starting to look a little empty. So I want everyone to kind of take a peek in this bin. Can you look? Oh, and in here, so there's not a lot of water in here. We did have a tree fall down from the water. So not a lot of water is up here. We can see a lot of water is actually still on the cardboard. A lot of the water is on the blocks. So when we pour the water down this second time, I want everyone to tell me really quick, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to have kind of the same effect? Water's going to run a little bit faster. We're going to have the same amount of water fall down. That's right. We're going to have a little bit faster waterfall. So as you guys can see, when I'm pouring the water down, a lot more water is going down into our pan a lot quicker. Because there's less trees down here, the water's running a lot faster. There's not a lot of trees to stop the water. So a lot of the water is coming down here before we see a lot of absorption. We have another tree coming down because of the water. So we are seeing down here is going to cause a lot more flooding. We're going to have a lot less, we're going to have a lot more dry soil up here, a lot less dry soil down here. So as we are cutting down the rest of our trees, I want everyone to think what's going to happen this time. So we have, these could be our stumps. Cut all our trees down, our tapes, our stumps of our few trees that we have left. So now we're going to do a third time. So now we have completely cleared an entire forest. So now it's time for it to rain again. And the water is just pouring down. There's nothing stopping it. There's just complete runoff. So when we clear out a forest, we see a lot of erosion. We see lots of plant life dying off because all of this water up here that ran off immediately was not absorbed into the soil. So this soil is not getting a lot of water, which means it's going to eventually die. It's not going to be very healthy for animals and vegetation. And you know, all of our things that we see that are living here are not going to be able to live here anymore because their habitat is ruined. And then as we came along here, that third time when we had no trees, all of this down here, all the water just fell down here immediately as we poured it down. So all of this down here is going to become flooded and overwatered, which actually is going to kill all the vegetation as well. So now that we've done our project, I want everyone to look back at their notebooks and how many trees did you guys think that had to be cut down to make an impact? And personally, I think the answer is about half. When we took half those trees down, we saw a difference in water runoff. So we really need to start to think about how we can change this. You know, even as one person can make a difference. So I want you guys to think of a few reasons why you think we should, take a stand, why we should try and stop deforestation.